Zack, if you're going to win a game, that's the way to win it.
Felt good, for sure. I didn't think our first period was good enough, and I think if you ask those guys in the room, I don't think they thought it was good enough either. The goal against was end of a power play. You get kind of a lucky bounce, but we got to be aware of that time when it's coming up, and the pass up to the point kind of bobbles, and they get a lucky bounce there, and they go 2-on-1 and get a goal, and we weren't able to answer, but. I think we talked about in between periods, we just had to be better, and there's nothing wrong with that. It was one goal difference. We came out in the second, took some really good strides, played a good second period. Still not quite where I thought we could be, and so we had another chat. And third period was, I think it was 15 minutes in their zone. I mean, we absolutely hemmed them in and just cycled the puck, load of high shots, grind. Working hard our style of hockey, and I think it was very hard for Coventry to get through that. We're lucky we didn't get they're lucky we didn't get a couple there. So a timely power play goal, tie it up, and gets the crowd going, doesn't it?
I mean, this is a team that scored 17 goals against this team in the last two meetings. What did you work on to try and nullify that threat tonight?
Well, we've come a long way since then. We're more on the defensive side of things, especially on the forecheck in the neutral zone. Looking back at those games, we handed them a lot of their goals. It came right out of our own possession turnovers. Too deep in the zone. Not staying up on the point, and maybe some assignments missed, and maybe some communication errors, and it just comes back on us. They come down and rushes, and they get some goals, and we weren't hard enough on them around the net. I don't think we were hard enough on them in the D zone. So I just didn't think they really saw our best, to be completely honest. And yeah, they scored a lot of goals. We shipped in a lot of goals. I think we scored a fair amount. I think it was 8-6 the first time we saw them, which was unfortunate to lose our streak there. And then we go down there and we have a really rough night. It wasn't ever a matter of effort, but we just weren't doing the right things at the time. And like I said, we've come a long way since then.
Coventry thought they'd scored near the end, a third goal, which was quickly washed out. A bit of frustration on their part. A let-off for the Clan?
Well, it was kind of a funny bounce off the linesman, and it goes up to them. And as far as I know, Peaks told me he was getting held up or high stuck or hooked or whatever it was. So they do get the penalty, and then just an absolutely insane bounce to go in. I think it hit. I was talking to Clean about it. He thinks it hit Travis in the chest and just went one way, and it was one of those just crazy bounces that have unfortunately happened to us a lot this season. And I can't say for sure, but from our angle, it looked like earlier in the game we shoot one in and the goalie's gloves in that, and he probably got it back in time, and it's the right call by the referees. But we have to look at the goal line technology twice tonight, and it's tough when it doesn't go your way, but it shows you we're getting those opportunities. I think we outchanced them quite a bit. I think we had about 25 scoring chances, and I think maybe they had 17 or so. So, we were getting the opportunities, and like I said, in the third period, we absolutely hemmed them in. They got a couple icing calls, and I think they came down maybe one or two rushes, but we smothered it and then just went right back to work in the O-zone.
And great to see the character from the guys again, coming from behind and winning it in the manner they did.
Absolutely, we found a way tonight. It's how we need to play. We need to play the full 60 minutes, and that's what I asked those guys. Is the full 60, hard work, good attitude, and I think, like I mentioned, it wasn't good enough in the first, and we just got better as the game went. So, and that's hard to do for a lot of teams. It's hard to get better as you go, and I think they're just really taking it on board that we got such a special group here. We're not going to let it go to waste.
You don't have a game tomorrow. You're back on the road on Sunday going to Sheffield. How important is it to have that day tomorrow where you're not really doing much?
Yeah, it's funny, and it's tough for ice time for us on Saturdays. Unfortunately, with the arena, they get the open skates and all that, so it's a quick turnaround to try to get on the ice bright and early in the morning. So unfortunately, we'll probably take it easy tomorrow, and then we just get back at it Sunday, and it's another huge game against a team where we have another huge game midweek. So it's get back on track against Sheffield, start focusing towards them, and doing the research and checking out the tendencies. And these guys should know Sheffield pretty well now. We've seen them quite a bit here in the last few weeks. So we go down there and try to make a statement.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate that.
Thank you.